I'm Fina, one of the advisors for EducationUSA here in America, who is ready to help you with your study plan in the United States. We can help you with many things, and here are some of the services that we provide for you guys. And how can you get access to any of this? Very easy. Simply email us to jakarta.atamerica@educationusa.org. We look forward to it.
Everyone to America TV. My name is James, one of the e-guides here in America, and we welcome our audience members joining us online. We hope that you're doing well and staying safe. America is the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to learn more about the United States. We have temporarily moved to a solely digital platform so that you guys can enjoy us through the comforts of your own home. Don't forget to leave your questions in the comment box section because our panelists will answer them in this seminar. For those of you who are joining us through Zoom, welcome. There are a couple of features that you can use to actively participate with us. You could leave your questions in the Q&A box section and also use the chat box section. Say hi to the other participants and our panelists. In this episode, we'll be having TOEFL Session 12 Part 2. But before we begin, I have a little icebreaker for everyone. What is the capital of the United States? Stay tuned until the end of this program because we'll be giving live shoutouts to 3 people who answered correctly on our Facebook live comments. Other than that, don't forget to take a selfie and tag America's Instagram account. Without further ado, let me introduce you to today's facilitator for today, Ibu Hafil. Ibu Hafil, how are you doing?
Thank you.
All right, Bu, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, James. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Okay, welcome to our session 12. Yeah. Okay, session 12, part 1. This is part 2. So we have 3 sessions for session 12, and this is the continuing of yesterday's session. So let me share my screen with you. Okay. Okay, so we're still doing the writing, of course, the last of the sections from the TOEFL iBT. Yeah, we are still doing the writing course, and of course, we are now entering the independent writing tasks. Okay, we have been talking about the independent writing tasks since yesterday, right? In our session 12, part 1, and we are going to continue today. Okay, I'm sure this is where we left off, so I'm just going to go straight to the point. There are lots of things to talk about. Yeah, so this is a sample scored responses for the independent writing. Yesterday, we were talking about a sample score of 5, and I'm going to show you today a sample score of 4 and a 3, right? Our target is always a minimum of a 3, but I do wish you, okay, that you will get a score of 4 or 5. Now, remember the prompt. The prompt was always telling the truth is the most important consideration in any relationship. And I know that some of you have already given some ideas on your opinion. Okay, some of you, or most of you, I think, said that you agree that always telling the truth or honesty is the most important consideration. Yeah. Okay. So actually in this prompt, what we're going to look at is the topic supports a variety of approaches, of course. This is the whole idea behind this prompt. Some writers disagree with the statement and describe instances where to them it is appropriate to lie. So if you disagree, you would probably be expressing, giving statements about times, okay, when there is, it is appropriate to lie. I think some of you were talking also about white lies. Yeah. Okay. Typically, if you disagree, these arguments that you make in your writing include white lies, lies to avoid hurting others, and lies in a business context, in which we often have more to do with not disclosing proprietary information than with outright lying. Yeah, okay. Because sometimes it's also ethical, it's an ethical issue whether you can disclose something that is appropriate or maybe something that is not, that you cannot simply disclose. Okay, all right. Now others take the position, of course, that lies beget more lies, meaning lies will, of course, okay, create more lies and undermine trust. These writers present examples that support the statement, of course, okay, the statement where, okay, uh, others look at, okay, the statement where you undermine the trust. Yeah. Now the writers present examples that support the statement. Okay. And still others look at both sides of the issue. I think yesterday there was a participant. I don't know whether the participant is joining us right now. Okay. I think it was Aditya or Aditya who was saying that, well, I slightly agree. Slightly disagree. All right. Now, so this is where you are actually when you are like, okay, I agree. Sometimes I agree. It may be also okay to lie. It may also be not okay to lie, right? This is where you're at. You look at both sides of the issue, often delineating or classifying situations where they consider lying appropriate and others where they consider lying inappropriate or more consequential. The telling of stories, real and hypothetical, is not appropriate. It is reasonable to illustrate one's ideas on this topic with examples. Yeah. So this is what is expected for you to do. All right. And these are what some of the writers, the test takers, have already written. Okay. Response. Yeah. Responded in for the prompt. Always telling the truth is the most important consideration in any relationship. And yesterday we took a look at a score of 5. Okay. And remember this score of 5, this got fulfills, okay, the descriptions in the rubric, right? It effectively addresses the topic and task. It is well organized and well developed. It uses clear, appropriate explanations. Remember the word exemplifications. And it displays unity, progression, and coherence. It also displays consistent facility in the use of language. Remember the word syntactic variety and appropriate word choice for vocabulary. Remember the word idiomatically, okay, from idiomaticity, from idiomatic. So it's fluency, right? Though it may have minor lexical and grammatical errors. So I'm sure you still remember that a score of 5, although it is the highest score, the top score does not mean it is impeccable. It doesn't mean that it is perfect. There are still minor lexical or grammatical errors. Yeah. So I don't need to go over this, right? And usually raters, when they score, okay, the test takers' responses, okay, and that's why they make the rater comments or what we know already as the annotations. All right. So raters are um, are asked, okay, they are required to give their comments. Actually, is a justification why they gave a 5 for a certain response. Okay. All right. Now let's take a look at 4. Okay, this is a score for essay. This is an example of a 4-score essay. And I'm going to ask you again to look at the left corner first, because what we're going to read together is Something is a piece of writing that fulfills, okay, the descriptors or descriptions in the rubric for a score of 4. So let's take a look at the rubrics. Number 1, addresses the topic and task well, though some points may not be fully elaborated. This is another, as I reminded you, another academic word that you should know already. What does elaborate mean? Yeah. Okay. Is generally well organized and well developed, using appropriate and sufficient explanations, again, exemplifications, and or details. It displays unity, progression, and coherence, though it may contain occasional redundancy. I don't think yesterday we have discussed about redundancy. Okay, it comes from the word redundant. And I asked you, I challenged you yesterday, what does redundant means? And asked you to look at it. Okay, look it up. Look at this word up in your dictionary. What is redundancy? What is digression or unclear connections? Yeah. Okay. So it displays also the facility in the use of language, demonstrating syntactic variety and range of vocabulary, though it will probably have occasional minor errors in, again, structure, word form, or use of idiomatic language that do not interfere with meaning. Again, all the errors, just like in number 5, in rubrics of the score 5, all these errors do not interfere with meaning, does not disrupt meaning. Okay? And so we're going to look at it. Let's read the piece of writing, the essay together. Let's take a look at the first paragraph. Always telling the truth in any relationship is really the most important consideration for many reasons. Very clear. I could say that when you lie to someone, this person will not trust you anymore. And what is a relationship based on? Okay. Trust, confidence. So the sense of relationship is being lost. Another point is that if the truth is omitted once, it will surely appear sometime, somewhere, and probably in the most unexpected way, causing lots of problems for the ones involved. So, the truth is the basis of everything. The basis for everything. Okay, I think you understand, or we're supposed to understand, the reader, what the writer explains, okay, expresses in the first paragraph. First, so it is very clear here that the writer states that agree or disagree with the statement, always telling the truth is the most important consideration in any relationship. It's very clear. From the very beginning, the writer has said, always telling the truth in any relationship is really the most important consideration for many reasons. So the writer there states, okay, the opinion, not in the last sentence of the first paragraph, but we started the sentence, we started the paragraph with the opinion. And so what we expect from the next paragraphs is of course an elaboration. Why is it the most important consideration? Okay, first, okay, confidence is the most important aspect of a friendship or a marriage. So that describes the relationship that we're talking about in the prompt. In what kind of relationship, friendship, or a marriage, or anything like that. So once it is lost, the whole thing goes down in a way that no one can bear it. To avoid losing confidence, there is only one way: telling the truth. Lying will just help throwing it away. For example, a couple decided to go out on the weekend, but the man has a party to go with his friends to where he cannot take his girlfriend. And then he lies to her, saying that he is sick and cannot go to the date. Okay? Um, she understands him, and they do not see each other in that weekend. Okay? But he goes to the party and has much fun. Suppose on Monday the girl talks to a friend that saw him at the party and asks why did not she go with him. She found out the truth and all confidence was lost. The basis for their relationship is now gone. And what happens next is that they break up, or if they do not, he will persist on lies and someday it will end. Okay? Okay. So the second paragraph is supposedly, right, by the writer. What the writer is trying to do is to elaborate by giving examples, exemplifications here in your rubric, okay, details about why telling the truth in any relationship, in this case, the relationship of friendship or of marriage, yeah, and she was giving the argument that confidence here. Okay, and she started to explain, or the writer started to explain how, okay, confidence in a relationship can be gone, as she said, gone. Okay, and what will happen to the relationship if there is a lie. Okay, that's one. Now, the third paragraph, what happened to this couple is very common around here, okay, and many relationships, even friends, right, and marriages, okay, because of something like that. Some may argue that lying once or another will not interfere anything and it is part of a relation, but I strongly disagree. The most important is the truth, even if it is to determine the end of a relation. It must be told. There are some more chances to end something lying than saying what really happened. Okay, now this is given a 4. Yeah, and let's see what the reader said about this. Why is it given a 4? The reader comments here says that this essay earned a score of 4 because it clearly developed reasons why lying is a bad thing, with a first paragraph that introduces the writer's opinion. Truth is the basis for everything. A hypothetical story in paragraph 2, and a final paragraph that entertains and quickly dismisses a possible counter argument. All this amounts to solid development of the idea. The response displays facility in language use through a variety of sentence structures and the use of clear transitions between sentences. Yeah? Okay. However, and I hope some of you, right, some of you were also able to detect this. Okay. However, sometimes the writer's sentences include noticeable errors in word form. For example, we all read true, which I think what the writer really means is truth. Okay? Noticeable errors in word form. if the true is omitted. The rater's comments are very, very specific and detailed. Okay, because the rater has to, again, be accountable to why the rater gives a 4. So this is the example. The writer's sentence include noticeable errors in word form. Which feature here, okay, does that fit into? Look at the fourth point here. Display facility in the use of language, demonstrating syntactic variety and range of vocabulary, though it will probably have occasional noticeable minor errors in structure, word form, okay, parts of speech. If you want to be academic about it, that's parts of speech. If the true, we should be using if the truth, right? The noun, yeah? If the truth is omitted. And then other word forms, errors in word form is lying will just help throwing it away. Maybe you want to say lies will just help throwing. What do you mean by throwing? Away here. Persist on lies. Again, lying once or another. Okay. What do you mean by another? I think we should be saying lying once, okay, or other times, yeah, right? And in some places, as the rater comments here, in some places, okay, the writer extends. This is what we call run-on sentences. A sentence to include many steps in the argument when using 2 or more sentences would make the relationship between ideas clearer. For example, what the rater meant by run-on sentences is that some may argue that lying once, okay, or blah 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 will not interfere anything, and it is part of a relation. But I strongly disagree. The most important thing is the true. Even if it is to determine the end of a relation, it must be told. You have many ideas here. The idea is that you have many ideas, and this sentence is like you have many ideas, you have many sentences. Yes, the writer is trying to cohere, okay, to make the sentences, the parts of the sentences connected together, but it disrupts the understanding. It's run on. We're getting confused here. Some may argue, okay, that means some people may argue that lying once, blah, 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 will not interfere anything, and it is part of a relation. But I strongly disagree. The most important thing is the truth. Even if it is to determine the end of a relation, it must be told. It would be better for the writer to, of course, break that sentence, yeah, interfere anything, and it is part of a relation, full stop. However, I strongly disagree with that idea because the most important thing is the truth. Okay? You could stop this sentence so that, or you could break the sentence so it will not be run on. The positive thing about it is, even though there are errors, as you can see, this piece of writing still deserves a 4. Okay, right? Basically, generally because it fulfills the first point in the rubric, the second in the rubric, the third in the rubric. But There's a big problem here. There's a problem there. Still, that is a 4. Okay, we're going to take a look now, okay, at a 3, just quickly, so that you will have an idea the difference between a 4, a 5, and a 3. Now take a look at the score of 3. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to read this, all right? Take a screenshot if you have to, okay, and think of the organization, think of the syntactic variety, the word form, word choice. So I'm just going to give you 2 minutes, right? And I'll time you 2 minutes here. Okay, so the 2 minutes is up, right? Okay, now this one, right, different from the first and the second responses that you have seen. This one, finally, we have someone who disagree that telling the truth is the most important consideration in any relationship. All right, so here it is. What are the reasonings? First, in a relationship between lovers, it is often essential to compliment their lovers on their appearance and their behavior. Even though, okay, your spouse or even though your and new clothes, okay, it will probably diss them by telling the truth. Okay, I think all of you are asking the question, what is this? Okay, well, if you're asking that question, good, because I'm also asking that question, the same question, what is this? Yeah, what does this, the word this here mean? All right, no idea. Okay, so that word like what? Okay, the writer wanted to say something not clear, so she just wrote down this. Okay. On the other hand, yeah, and little compliments will make them confident and happy, making their relationship more tight. Okay. Secondly, we're talking about the relationship of parents who need to encourage their children by telling lies, even if okay, they are doing bad work on studying or writing. Truth, okay, instead of truthful words. Okay. The thirdly is the relationship of patients and doctors, I guess. For some patients, telling them their current state of their disease probably desperate them. Yeah. It is accepted publicly not to let the patients know, okay, about the truth. Okay, and they may be able to have hope to overcome their disease without knowing the truth. So the conclusion is it is not always better to tell the truth than lies. Some lies are acceptable in terms of making people's life more profusely. Not everybody has to know the truth, and it will lead them more happier not knowing it. In these cases, white lies are worth to be regarded as a virtue of people's relationship. Okay. Okay. I think you can already have a good feeling. Okay. Where is the difference here? Yeah. I think in terms of paragraph development, topic development, yes, it's still as using some relevant exponents. Yeah, I think the exponents are clear, but then exemplifications or details. But again, okay, display accurate but limited range of synthetic structures and vocabulary. For example, the word this. Okay, it does display progression and coherence, though connections of ideas may occasionally be obscured. What makes it obscured? Again, it's because of sentence structure. For example, I'll just uh, have a look, let you have a look again. What do we mean by, on the other hand, little compliment will make them confident and happy, making their relationship more tight. Okay, this is word choice. What do you mean by tight? Maybe this is an Indonesian. Maybe because I'm thinking of tight as close, lebih erat. Ya, jangan-jangan ini orang Indonesia karena orang Indonesia biasanya berpikirnya lebih erat. Erat apa ya? Tight. Nah, tight itu okay, clothes. Your clothes can be too tight, but okay. So this may be a literal translation. This is what we mean. Jadi diterjemahkan, mungkin kalau ini orang Indonesia yang menulis, diterjemahkannya secara literal. Ya, okay. Okay. So this is what it says. The example. This essay focuses on explaining why white lies are sometimes appropriate. The explanations here are somewhat developed, somewhat. Each example does support the main point. However, at critical junctures in the writer's attempt to explain why the positive effect of the white lie outweighs any negative effect, inconsistent facility with language hinders the writer's effort. Itu tadi what I said. What makes the ideas obscured gitu, jadi nggak jelas karena of the language. Ya, the language hinders. If you can see the writer's comment, the language hinders the writer's effort. Structure and vocabulary that obscure meaning. Okay? Yang merusak pemahaman. Yang membuat pemahaman itu tidak jelas. Ini maksudnya apa? Keep relationships delightly. Will probably desperate them. Maksudnya membuat mereka desperate itu gimana? Making people's life more profusely. Ya, ini sometimes jadi you're using sophisticated words, you're using sophisticated vocabulary dengan maksud supaya you get a 5. Yeah, but be very careful. If you don't know how to use it in what context, this is going to happen. Oke? Karena di sini berarti beratnya menjadi display accurate but limited range of synthetic structure and vocabulary. Ideas may be occasionally obscured. Okay, inconsistent facility in sentence formation and word choice that may result in lack of clarity and occasionally obscure meaning. So I hope it's very clear. Jadi, which one is most important? Jadi writing itu jangan kita hanya berpikir, oh I can make a paragraph or I can already make an essay like a hamburger. Remember, we have the hamburger paragraphing. You have the topic sentence di sini, I agree. We have why I agree, supporting number 1, number 2, number 3, and then you have the conclusion there. It's not that is important. Yeah. Okay. It is this sentences. Yuk, kita coba. Okay. Chat room bisa dibuka. Is the chat room open? James, is the chat room open?
Yes, Bu, the chat room is open.
Okay, so when the chat room is open, then can you just have the attendees? Hi everybody, please. Okay, give a check. Check the complete sentences. Ini gampang. Yuk, yang gampang dulu deh. Check the complete sentences. Is number 1 complete sentence or not? Number 2 complete sentence or not? Number 3 complete sentence or not? Number 4 complete sentence or not? Okay. Okay, so can we just have the participants 1, yes, 2, no, 3, yes, 4, no. Just if you think it's complete, just say yes. If you think it's not complete, just say no. Okay, let's just give them 1 minute. Okay, James, can we just give them 1 minute to do that?
Yes, Bu, we can. 1 minute for everyone to answer from 1, 2, 3, 4, yes or no's.
Is that in the chat room? Shall I look at the chat room or the?
You can look in the chat room if you want.
Okay. Why am I having trouble looking at the chat room? Because I have the Q
Well, Hafil, if you want to look at the chat room, maybe stop sharing the screen first.
Okay.
And then you would be able to look at the chat room.
I see. Thank you. So everybody has already answered, right?
Yes, people are answering right
so they
now.
don't look at the screen anymore. Right? 1 minute over.
Number 1 is
Let's
spreading its wings. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to look at the chat room now. Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead,
Yep. All right. So number 1, it's not a sentence. Number 2, yes, it is a sentence. Number 3, yes, it is a sentence. So everybody answers no, yes, yes, no. No, yes, yes, no. Is that it? No, yes, yes, no. Okay. So a lot of you are answering. Yeah. For most of you are answering that. Great. Okay. So let's see. So I'm going now to share the screen again. Okay, you got that right, everybody? Right, I didn't ask you why. Is spreading its wings? What's missing? What makes it, okay, is it a complete sentence? Okay, it's not a complete sentence. Why? Because, okay, it doesn't have any subject. The rain came suddenly. Yes, it's a complete sentence. Okay, you have the subject, which is the rain, and then you have the verb, which is came. Very easy. Yeah. Swimming is an invigorating sport. You also have that. This phrase is missing a verb for number four. The start of industrialization in the Midlands. Kenapa? This is a so we can call this is a noun phrase that acts as a subject, and we need a verb for that. Okay, great. So that's very basic, and I'm just going to go on with the next one. This is all word form. Okay. Coba di sini kita lihat contohnya saja langsung di situ sudah ada the answer. Okay. Now, for example, Maxwell's four equations neatly summarization the behavior of electric and magnetic fields. We cannot say that because four equations neatly, we have the word neatly here. Neatly, we will need what after neatly? This is an adverb and we need the, of course, the verb. Okay? Jadi to summarize. So neatly summarize the behavior of electric and magnetic fields. Di sini kenapa is it correct? Yes, because we're talking about social interaction involves both verbal and non-verbal forms of interaction. Yeah, sorry. Okay, right? Roaches tolerant and even thrive. Remember, you put the word thrive here. That means you need another verb here. Roaches tolerate and even thrive. Okay. And number three, child development specialists have noted that cooperate games encourage self-esteem in young learners. Bukan cooperate games, because cooperate is a verb. So you need something to explain about the games. Then we call it cooperative games. This is an example of what we mean by word form. Okay, or parts of speech. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to remind you again of clauses and sentence structure. Okay. Independent clauses is a sentence. The cat ran. Okay. And that's a very simple sentence. But we can, of course, make this sentence, okay, using more words to make it more, it describes, okay, better about the cat who ran. When? Last night, the fat black cat ran. How? Swiftly. Where? Under the speeding blue sports car. Okay. Everyone, it is, remember when we were doing our reading? Yeah. When we were doing our reading, this is exactly how I wanted you to read the long academic sentences. It's by chunking. Remember the magic word chunks. Silver Queen ada chunks, right? Chunks itu potongan. Ya. Chunk when you're reading, because then you will be also, when you write, you also need to remember, tuh kan maunya cat yang bagaimana, the fat black cat. When? Last night. How did the cat ran? Swiftly. Word choice. Word form. Ya kan? We need adverb ya. Okay. Terus, where? Under the speeding blue sports car. That is phrase. This is what we call phrase. Nah, ini is the independent clause. Okay? Yeah. Yuk. Look at the next one. Ini compound sentences. The cat ran and the dog chased it. Ya kan? Callie wanted to take the geometry course, but It-nya yang mana? Si Kelly, bukan kan? The geometry course, okay, the geometry course was offered at the same time in her biochemistry lab. This is a compound. Subject verb ditambah but subject verb. Ya, itu the first one is subject and subject. And the last one is we could trade verbnya yang compound. You see? So you have compound sentences. What are the compounds? Subjects and the verb. Sentence-nya compound. Bisa subjeknya di sini you have different sentences. Sentence-nya compound tapi tidak pakai and, pakai but. Okay, can you see that? Sentence-nya compound, tidak pakai and, tidak pakai but or. Please be very careful so that you will avoid making the same syntactic, okay, errors, ya, and word form seperti yang tadi di essay nomor 3, essay yang dapat 3. Oke? Nah, ada independent dan ada dependent. My last slide, ya. Dependent clause itu ya berarti you are dependent. Tidak bisa dia berdiri sendiri. The cat that I saw ran. The dependent clause is that I saw. Kita nggak bisa that I saw. Tadi kan makanya ada yang tadi bukan a complete sentence karena missing a verb. Ya. Nah, ini the cat ran itu bisa, tapi the dependent tidak bisa kita bilang that I saw sendiri. Oke, karena itu menjadi clause that I saw. Okay, another one last night, the flat black cat that I saw in the street. Itu juga dependent. Okay, the blue sports car under the speeding blue sports car as the big shaggy dog chase after it. Okay, this is what we mean by dependent clauses, just to remind you. So, at the end, I need you to, itu loh, intinya, I need you to, mau tidak mau, this is where the grammar comes in. When you're talking about the TOEFL, oh nggak ada grammarnya lagi ya. Remember that the one that has rested in peace already, okay, which is the PBT, the paper-based TOEFL, there was a section kan, you have reading and then you have structure, kan gitu kan, ya. Nah structure-nya sekarang in the new IBT itu where is it, gitu. Nggak ada, hooray, gitu. Everybody seems to be very happy. Wait, because we are not asking what you know. We are asking you now what you can do with what you know. Itu kuncinya. Jadi grammar is everywhere in your speaking and also in your writing. Kadang-kadang pada lupa ini, gitu ya, how to make sentences. Nah, oke, salah satu contoh lagi, because I think I still have James, do I still have like 5 minutes or so?
You have 5 minutes, Bu?
Yeah, okay, great. So here we have the last, I'm just going to go through this very quickly. So yeah, everybody, this is what you really need to dig into. Akhirnya lari ke grammar, tapi jangan ngeributin grammar yang simple present tense lah, past tense lah. Go to the very big sentence structure first. Ya, okay. Walls that are smooth and flat enable sound to bounce back as an echo. Di sini kita connecting words, okay? Terus, what do we put down here? Consequently, rooms enclosed by such walls tend to be noisy. Nevertheless, in any case, or in contrast, you should choose A because a noisy room would be a consequence of walls that enable sound to make an echo. right? This is what we mean by connecting, choosing matching words, choosing the right connecting. Yeah, okay. So I write down the answer already for you. Please take a screenshot if you have to, okay? And you just need to review. Why is the answers? Why is the answer A for number one? Why is the answer B for number two? And why is the answer A for number three? Okay? Okay, so my last slide for this session. Remember that the independent writing rubric again is holistic. Artinya kita lihat development of ideas tadi. We look at the organization. Okay, we talk a lot about organization. Tapi yang hari ini saya lebih fokuskan adalah the quality and accuracy of language use. Yeah, why? Because no matter how good your organization is, no matter how well you organize your ideas, if you do not make a very clear, yeah, a very clear, what we mean accurate, tidak harus 100% accurate, tapi juga jangan sampai sedemikian tidak accurate-nya sampai meaning becomes unintelligible. That's the whole idea of accuracy of language use. Okay? Okay. So I think that's all from me for today, James. So I'm giving back the floor to you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Bu Hafil, for the informative session. It's always great having you with us. Earlier during the event, we asked you guys what is the capital of the United States, and the correct answer is Washington, D.C. Shout out to Muhammad Fauzan Zulkarnain for answering correctly. Thank you to everyone who has participated. Don't forget to tune in next time and catch a chance to get a shout out from us. Now, you may be wondering, how can I develop an awesome idea for a place like this? Don't worry, all you need to do is visit our website at www.atamerica.or.id. All you need to do is click create a program and select collaborate with us. All proposals coming into us will be reviewed and your event might be featured here soon. You can also subscribe to our newsletter on our website for weekly event updates sent straight to your inbox. That wraps this episode. It's been fun, but we have to say goodbye for now. Follow our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at ATAmerica for all our event updates, fun contents, and so much more. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for joining. Again, my name is James. See you next time at the next At America TV.